yourself. We want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
All right, so the topic this year has been rain.
Oof.
I know. And but the challenge is that it's been and this is just bad for everyone.
Yeah.
Just terrible for everyone. Oh, well, by the way, welcome in. It's Wing Nation Podcast. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Post here. And we've talked a lot. I posted something on Twitter, and I the topic, the tweet was something to the effect of, I really feel, like professional drivers,
Yeah.
they make their income 2 things: percentage and souvenirs.
Yeah.
And with rainouts, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
And that's true, and that's accurate. And true and accurate also is that tracks lose money, and that the team owners and that crew members and officials and announcers and everybody loses during this thing. And it's in this year it's been devastating in some places.
It sure has.
Attica's been clobbered.
Yep.
World of Outlaws have been clobbered.
Yep.
Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, they're 2 for 7,
Ooh.
including a trip to central Pennsylvania for heat races.
Ugh.
So it's bad for everyone.
Everybody.
I mean, there's just no way around. And everyone wants to talk about the weather, but I wish somebody would do something about it.
Well, if you can figure out who can do something about it, I mean, phew.
Now you're talking.
I mean,
so
that would be...
we were actually a couple of the indoor guys. We were talking at Dover because we got rained out at Dover.
Yeah.
And ended up there on Monday racing. And that's one of the things that said indoor racing. This is what's indoor racing, But I am telling you, it's been brutal. So with that in mind, we talk about everyone getting clubbed. Williams Grove, this has just not been. They lost the entire month of April, and we get into May, and they've already lost the first one in May. They've got a tune-up this week. World of Outlaws rolling in there next week. So Justin Lowe, the GM at the racetrack, going to join us. And we really want to kind of delve into this and get a better perspective on what this means from the track perspective.
Yeah.
We all just think when those tracks are full of people and you're just like these promoters are just rolling in the money. Well, the problem of it is that, you'll once in a while hit a really good night. You'll hit a lot of average nights, and you will rarely hit a month like April at Williams Grove where you just get bludgeoned. So I'm going to talk to Justin Lowe and looking forward to that. Now, they did get some racing in last week on the West Coast. This is at Placerville Speedway. Gary Thomas with the call on Speed Shift TV. It is Tony Goulda, the leader, Andy Forsberg. Forsberg would go on to win his 60th win. Take a listen to this. It's our Dryden Diesel all death-defying move of the week.
And now for the Dryden death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
Into 1 and 2, Gualda's going to slide up to the top. Forsberg's got to run to the inside in turn 3. New leader Andy Forsberg takes over the lead.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official death of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information. Instilled with Dryden's heritage of performance, Dryden Diesel All Death is built for the demands of today's diesel engines. Dryden Diesel All Death is perfect for owners and operators of on-road and off-road diesel trucks and cars that now require diesel exhaust fluid. Dryden, official motor oil and official diesel exhaust fluid of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. And as always, American-owned and operated. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Are you a serious diecast collector? Do you have a favorite driver? Are you looking for a gift for a race fan? No matter what the question, the answer is always PlanBSales.com. Plan B has all the latest in diecast from Lionel and apparel, artwork, and other items for your favorite driver in NASCAR or other forms of racing. Go to PlanBSales.com. Key your driver's name in the search window and look at all the options. Your one stop for diecast and other motorsports collectibles is PlanBSales.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing, as a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the past 16 years and a partner of Wing Nation for the past 4 years. We love sprint car racing, and we're there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is the Wing Nation Podcast. Back to Steve Post and Erin Evernham.
We are glad you joined us. Wing Nation rolling along here, and we really love talking to race winners and about a lot of great things, and we have so much great in the sport going on. But the hot topic this year, week after week, we talk about the rainouts and the postponements, and nobody has been clubbed or bludgeoned as bad as Williams Grove Speedway up in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And we kind of want to get a little perspective, and then we want to maybe draw a line in the sand here and kick into World of Outlaw tune-up and World of Outlaws next week and see if we can pack the place full of people. But joining us now is the GM up at Williams Grove. Justin Lowe is on the line. Hello, Justin. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Hey, Steve and Erin. How are you today?
We are good. We appreciate you taking some time and taking your eyes off the weather radar, unfortunately, probably is what it is. How do you describe what you guys have been through the last 5 weeks, Justin?
Horrible. That's one word that sums it up right there. It's just devastating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start. It just there's so many layers of this. What are some things that maybe we don't, just as normal people, think is kind of behind the scenes? What are things that that add to this horrible?
Well, we were lucky. We got our opening day in, which was a really good crowd, and then, you get your rain out right after that, and then we had another great race with ULMS late models, so we were off to a great start, and then all of a sudden, it's boom. 5 races in a row now, I think it is, and we just can't get any momentum going, and we're in a funk here now, and it's hard with staffing because, you start your year off, you want to get everyone trained and get everyone moving, and then we just can't get anything going at this time. So we're just looking forward to moving ahead here and see where we get for the end of May. I mean, we still got, May, June, July, August, September, and October, so there's still plenty of racing to go. We just got to look forward and not back anymore.
Justin, that was one of the things I was thinking about, staffing, people in new positions to start the year. You haven't been able to get in any rhythm or momentum, and yet you have big shows coming up. You've got the tune-up for the Outlaws and the Outlaws coming to town. How do you try to compensate for that?
Well, we have a good core of officials, and they're the same people that have been working with us year after year. So that's not really the concern. It's the concession help, the part-time people that you got to get, into a groove and get them figured out. But we'll get it put together. I mean, we've been doing these big shows for a long time, and we'll be able to make it work.
Justin, we also, one of the challenges is just to get the rhythm of track prep and that sort of thing. It's the biggest challenge for a dirt track operator is learning his dirt, learning his track, learning what's new this year and how much it is. Just talk a little bit about that challenge of not getting that track prep time.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, as you know, we catch a rap here and there for the way the track is, but we've had good racing to start this year, and I feel like our track guy knows what's going on. So once we get out of this bad weather deal, it's just business as usual for him. And we've had some test and tunes, which we typically don't do, but the way the track's been falling, it's been ready to go. So we've taken advantage of some of that the last few weeks. So now we're hopefully to get right into racing, and we don't have to worry about any of that.
Justin, how's the reaction been from the racers and the fans? I've seen on social media, you always have some people critical of your decisions to rain out and whatnot, but it also seems like there's a lot of sympathy now. People are starting to feel really bad for the track.
Well, I think everyone wants to race. I get texts from the racers all the time, but, the 5 or 6 shows here that we just rained out, there was no hope for them. I mean, sometimes you look at the forecast and you make a decision at 4 o'clock, and then sometimes it doesn't do exactly what it says. But, it's a business, and that's what we're trying to run. But the shows we rained out this year have been nothing but rain straight through. There would have been no way to put a program together. So, we feel bad, and I know the drivers want to race, and they want to be prepared for these big shows coming up. We're just going to have to hang in there. We've looked at some options at some other dates that maybe, doing stuff, but they're not coming together either. It seems like it's raining on those days too. So we just got to hope for weather to clear and get moving.
You know, one of the social media threads that took off a couple weeks ago is, well, why don't you just run on Sunday afternoon? The weather was looking bad. It was Thursday or Friday or Wednesday or whatever it was, and the thread took off a little bit about, why don't you just run on Sunday? That sounds so easy for those of us that have never run a racetrack. But
It sounds easy. We me and Kathy, we actually talked about that, and we spoke to another track, BAPS there. We were looking at doing something maybe before them and working together. And the key is working together with everyone.
Yeah.
And they were on board for it. But as you know, the weather failed that also. So it's just very hard for us. This place is pretty big. We got a lot of gates and a lot of staffing, and we got a lot of outsourcing that just aren't regular employees that work here. We use companies. So trying to put something together like that just doesn't happen, poof, like that. So we really got to work on putting it ahead of time, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Justin, we talked to a lot of racers and we talked about the weather, rainouts. We always ask about how often you check the Weather Channel or your weather app or what weather apps you use. Does it get to the point where you're like, I mean, as a manager, I'm sure you have to keep looking, but there's got to be times where you just want to throw your phone away.
I never look at the weather from after October till the beginning of the year. I never even have an interest in it. But in the summer months and when you start racing, it's just constant, and it's very hard. The Weather Channel, very deceiving now. It seems, it says rain in the evening. Well, what's the evening? It seems like it could be in the mid-morning of the next day. It could be earlier, and it just throws everyone off. I think people look at their weather apps and they're already changing their plans when they're at work. They're like, there's no way we're going to be able to go to that. And it's very misleading, and we just got to get around all that.
Boy, you're right about that. That's something that you don't think about.
Yeah.
Is that and here's the thing. One of the terms you used, I think, in your first answer, Justin, was momentum. Just long story short, one of the best years, I worked at a track in northeastern Pennsylvania, Penn Can Speedway, and we had one of those dream summers where we went like 15 straight Friday nights with sunshine and blue sky. And the crowds grew every week, and people stopped going to movies, and they stopped going to the bar, and they stopped going here because they got in the habit of coming to Penn Can Speedway. They get in the habit. How important is that as a track? We know our diehard fans are always going to be there, but that casual fan, how important is it to start to get that casual fans Friday night's planned for them?
Oh, it's definitely important. As you know, in Central PA here, there's just so much racing. And sometimes, you said about 15 straight races, we definitely want to race as much as we can. But sometimes you get one break in between. It kind of helps everyone, the fans, the teams. It gives them that little breather just to catch back on. But we don't want 5 of these in a row because now it's devastating. But we look at it as it'll be like opening day when we race again because no one's been here. So it'll probably be huge because everyone's just itching to get out and race.
How have the ticket sales been so far for the World of Outlaws coming to town?
They're steady. We don't really see anything that closer to time is really where we start to see that. Plus, we partnered with the World of Outlaws this year, so they're handling most of our ticket sales.
Yeah, nice. That's good. So this weekend, weather permitting and all of the other fun stuff, we have a tune-up race, and then the World of Outlaws. What's it like at Williams Grove as you gear up with that World of Outlaw date circled on the calendar 10 or 12 days away? What's that like, the anticipation?
Just so much planning to get ready for it. And, having that tune-up race is great. We're going to give the fans, posse towels and Beer Hill Gang towels and get them psyched and ready to go. So we really want to get that one in before, get the drivers, acclimated to that race format and have them ready to go. So, they're very competitive. And once we get there, it's just weeks of advance getting stuff ready, portable restrooms, parking areas. The grass is growing like crazy since all it does is rain. So, we got so much staff now just trying to mow lawns and weed whack. So it's very frustrating, but once you get there, it's worth the wait and worth everything you put into it.
Absolutely. Talking about the weekly shows, obviously they're super important for your local drivers, for you, for your business, but how big of a percentage are your big shows? Like, obviously those have to be more significant to lose, but how important are those versus just a weekly show?
Well, I guess they weigh the same. We put the schedule together, so we have big and we have regular shows, and the local fans want to support every race we have. But the big shows, that's your bread and butter there. You want the travelers to come in. The amount of people is much greater than on a regular show just because of the draw. So we really need those. And we got a lot coming up. We got the H&N Landscaping World of Outlaws coming. We have also Silver Crown Series coming in June. So those are just a couple of the highlights that we have coming up. We have a Lynn Paxton tribute where we're going to pay tribute to him, and it's another time trial show. And then our Speed Weeks kick off, and we go right into the Champion Racing Oil World of Outlaws in July. So our schedule's packed. We got good shows coming, and we haven't missed any of those except for our All-Star races, but we've rescheduled that for September 20th. So as far as big shows and traveling series, we've only really lost the Lucas Oil ASCS race at this time.
Wow, that's there you go. I mean, there's still some good stuff ahead. That is for sure as we look and as we roll along here into the season along the way. Well, Justin, I'll tell you, I appreciate you coming on and sharing kind of your insight into it. We all think we can run a racetrack. The truth of the matter is most of us can't. You guys are doing it, and you are Williams Grove. And I was just thinking of something. What is okay now? Let's go. What we're going to have these next couple of weeks. We're going to have perfect weather. We're going to have full grandstands and everything. Do you ever get a chance to sit back and enjoy it, or are you constantly working on those race nights?
No, constantly working, always stressed out. I have no fingernails at all. That's how worked up I get. So it's great. There, as there's been great races here, and we've had some not so good races, and it all pays off in the end. And it's just exciting to see local guys win on that level, and being able to go down to the pit area and hang out with them, and chat about it and be excited. So that's what I'm hoping for the next couple of weeks here. We can pull something off, and.
Yep. We're pulling for you. That is for sure. Justin, thanks for the time. Thanks for the insight. We really do appreciate your time, and I wish you the best as we get this season righted around and a successful year at Williams Grove.
Thanks, guys, for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
There we go. That is Justin Lowe, GM at Williams Grove Speedway. Man, the insight is so amazing, and he did a great job breaking this down. There's so many things we don't think about. Let's just schedule for Sunday. Well, wait a minute. Our ticket takers can't be here on Sunday.
They're working a different track, or they're busy.
I mean, we look at the big things like, well, we can't run this Sunday because Sealands Grove is running. We can't run that Sunday because BAPS is running, or the All-Stars are at Bedford or wherever it is. But you don't think about where your concession stand help is and where your ticket takers and I appreciate Justin sharing that. It's kind of stuff I've been involved on the track side years and years ago, so I kind of saw it, but it's a good refresher because I know I'll see that tweet. It's like, well, why don't they just schedule a rain day? And I'm like, why don't they? And then you think, well, okay, boom,
there's probably more to it.
Boom, yeah.
Well, and the stuff about the weather apps, like he's,
terrible.
I'm wondering how many times he's looking at it, but he's wondering how many times the fans are looking at it and changing their plans ahead of time.
I had a buddy of mine at Promoter Races. He said the Weather Channel is the worst thing that ever happened to a racetrack promoter. I mean, and I you look at this thing, you'll get up on Friday morning and you'll say, oh, there's a 25% chance of rain at 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Let's go to a movie.
Yeah, and I'm as bad as any. I've got like 4 weather apps, but like he said, they're so dramatic and so like on any of these weather apps or any weather channel, it's like the world is coming to an end. Severe, and anytime a person sees that now, they're like, oh, let's change our plans.
I'm not going outside for anything. I'm not going outside. I'll make another plan. You make the other plan at 4 o'clock. Things clear off.
Yeah,
but you've made the other plan, and it's not. And it's one of the challenges that I've always thought with racing is our diehards are there. Okay, this is not about Danny Dietrich's mom.
No.
Okay, Danny Dietrich's mom and dad are going to be there.
Yes.
Okay.
The Beer Hill gang is going to be there.
The Beer Hill gang is going to be there. Okay. The problem is that group of people that will go to a race or go to a movie or go to this or go to that. And unfortunately, with all the weather information and this bad 5-week stretch, they're going to that.
Yeah.
And what happens if they like going bowling? Or what happens if they like going to the mall?
They go back to it, yeah.
They go back to it. The beauty of it is when you get on a roll, what happens if they go to Williams Grove and have a great time? They'll come back to it. Yeah. And boy, I'll tell you what, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And so, Justin, we appreciate it. And Rex over at Attica, World of Outlaw guys, Lucas Oil guys all across the country. Just keep digging and fans, you keyboard cowboys, back down just a little bit. Think about it before you get on there and roast these people that are trying to put on shows that we like to go see.
Yes.
Man. So, Williams Grove, let's hope, fingers crossed, tune-up race this week. Going to do time trials. Going to do the dash, going to do all the stuff, the towels. Oh, it's going to be big. Also, I know Lincoln's doing a tune-up show, as the same format as well on Saturday night. So let's hope. Let's see. World of Outlaws, now they will be, this is one of the great ones that they have. Let's Race 2 at Eldora. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Sprint Cars and the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Cars.
I like this.
I like this one, too. This is neat. Hey, we want to give a shout-out to one of our partners, Plan B Sales, jumped on this week with Christopher Bell and Swindell Speed Labs. So check out the Plan B Sales car, and hopefully they'll have some T-shirts and stuff to sell up there, although they sold a bunch of them on Monday when they announced this thing. They sold out of something the first night. But we love when our partners, and we have so many great partners. You hear their spots, and we try to talk to them. Love when our partners, like a Plan B Sales, gets involved with somewhere else in the sprint car world. It makes us all better when we all kind of pitch in and do all the fun stuff. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour Saturday night now. Okay, here you go. We're sitting here on a Thursday. Lakeside, because of the flooding, has canceled. That canceled weeks ago. We were supposed to be going. I was supposed to be tonight.
Yeah.
Supposed to be hanging with the racing boys.
And that track is underwater.
And my ASCS buds, bumpkus.
Yeah.
Nothing going to happen.
I saw a picture of Peevely too the other day. Underwater.
How about that? Peevely, So, but Saturday night racing at I-30 Speedway in Little Rock, Arkansas. Regional racing, Sooner Region on Friday night, and Sapulpa, Oklahoma, baby. Creek County Speedway, Warrior Regions in Osborne, Missouri at US 36 Raceway. And in the Southwest, it's Saturday night racing at Arizona Speedway in Queen Creek, Arizona. Easy for me to say. Just check out ASCS. Folks, those regional tours, I've been reading the results. Those regional tours, man, they had one last week. They had 40 cars at that thing. They were mixing it up, and it's just that regional racing is really, really good. The National Tour racing is spectacular. Season opener. River City Speedway, the NOSA Sprint's going to tee it up at the best dirt track.
Yep, watch out for Dobmeyer.
Watch out for Dobmeyer. Those Buffalo Wild Wings are going to be flying up there. But the NOSA, the Northern Outlaw Sprint Association, kicks off their season Friday night at River City Speedway. Knoxville, we talked to Jeremy Schultz on Tuesday. IRA bumper-to-bumper sprints are going to roll into Knoxville to dance with Brownie and the McCarls and the gang there.
That'll be a good one.
That's going to be a great one. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? That's going to be phenomenal. So, some great races. Going to be sunshine, blue skies, white puffy clouds, and just a wonderful time. That's what we're going to have.
Yep, we ordered it.
We're going to will that upon every racetrack across the country. So, we've got some great races coming up this weekend. So, follow along with it and check it out along the way. You want to, if you can't make it to the racetrack, check out our broadcast calendar. You can go to www.wingnation.com. That's wingnation.com. After you buy a shirt or a hat, then you check back into wingnation.com and check out our broadcast calendar, because if you can't make it to the track, one of our great pay-per-view or our free audio services are available, and they do a great job keeping us all up on the sport we love. So check out our Wing Nation broadcast calendar. Now, looking forward on this, the HRP Racing upcoming schedule. Love this one.
Oh, yeah.
Ron Capps is on our Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit Show on MAV TV. Yeah, that Ron Capps that just won at Atlanta in the NHRA with that Napa Dodge, he's on this Saturday, 8:30 and 11:30 a.m. on MAV TV. Hey, thanks to Justin Lowe, and thank you for joining us here as well.
This has been the Wing Nation Podcast. Find Wing Nation on wingnation.com, Facebook, YouTube, or your favorite podcast provider. The Wing Nation Podcast is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.